Welcome back to a brand new Civ 6 or Civilization 6 video. We're back at it again playing as Yongle, excuse me. Don't want to get goddamn head put on a pike, which probably is going to happen anyway, considering the fact that about the Cleopatra game. Well, usually what I do when I do a Civ game, let's just get that out of the way real quick, is I don't usually save, or I usually do save, then I go into the autosaves and play someone else just so I can reveal the entire map, find the leader I'm playing as, and get like a shock face from them, you know, a Mr. Beast type thumbnail, in order to screenshot it and put it in my thumbnail to get views. Well, I completely forgot that when you make a new game, all the previous games' autosaves are complete, and I didn't save Cleopatra manually, so that sucks. And there goes half the audience thinking I got fucking schlumped by Saladin, who declared war on me at the end of last game, so I hand in the proverbial cookie jar, I guess. But whether you believe me is really up to you. I'm not clickbaiting this video. I think I know exactly when Civilization 7 is going to come out. Let's get that out of the way real quick. First off, as I continue playing this game, trying to survive J.F. Armin's startlingly strong 80 combat strength, I think I might have to surrender. His Domries are fairly strong, but considering the fact he's got less units than a goddamn George Washington's militia after he got schlumped by the British in the first couple years of the War of Independence, I'm really not too worried about him unless he has the actual George Washington. Then I'll probably just bend over and hope I enjoy it. In any case, fucking weird jokes aside, I'm not gonna clickbait you, I'm just gonna tell you guys right now. Now, the game is probably going to be Civ 7 because during the, I guess, Twitter post, if you were an astute observer like me, you know, the average TheCivLifeR subscriber, you would notice that, you know, they had 7 exclamation marks. Now, could it have been a coincidence? Perhaps. Is it a coincidence, though? I mean, 7 exclamation marks. I mean, they're an actual AAA game company. You think they'd be able to behave themselves instead of acting like an actual, you know, group chat between a bunch of middle school teens who just completely abandoned the written language in order to just go caveman and use emojis instead of cave drawings. So Jiao Dong's not looking too good. Jiao Dong's, ooh. Well, I guess I can get my revenge on Saladin, this time with less drip in this game, but, so not only do they have, you know, 7 exclamation marks, that's like 99.9999999% chance it's going to be Civilization 7, but I also know when it's going to come out. So they came out and said Civilization 7 is in development. That was a tweet. That was the entire damn tweet, right? Now, you might be thinking that is probably the driest, most not newsworthy tweet of all time. Like, I'd rather figure out what the Kardashians ate for dinner last night, because everyone and their mama knows Civilization 7 is coming out, and everyone knows it's in development. But why the hell would they come out and say Civilization 7 is in development, you know, right now? Usually Firaxis just comes out of nowhere and, you know, does a DLC drop or does something like only a few months, or announces it a few months before it actually happens, right? I highly doubt they announced it a few days ago, only for us to wait millions of years in order for Civilization 7 to come out. That's my, I guess, theory, I guess. The other thing is, right, if they're trying to get the hype train started, right? If they're trying to get that hype train started, starting right now isn't the worst idea, because think about it. How long would it take for them to market the game, considering it's probably going to come out in September, right? Firaxis is a large game. I know I'm not even talking about the gameplay right now, but just hear out my theory, okay? Firaxis, or Sid Meier's Civilization 6, is probably the biggest strategy game on the market. When it comes to Master Dong's Paradox games, they're good, right? They're good. Some might even say better than Civ. But when it comes to the ginormousness, I guess, and how big they are pretty much carrying the mini chodes, right? I'm not even talking about like wide. I'm talking about like small and narrow, right? You got nothing going for you down there. You just lost the genetic lottery. I'd rather be a 5'4" manlet than have that happen to me. Not actually, okay, if you actually do have, I guess, a 2-inch pun. Analogy aside, I'm just talking too much out of my ass right now, but think about it. When it comes to strategy games, Civ is by far the biggest. Like, they're going with the tiny penises. Sid Meier's coming in with that massive schlong you'd need Tony Stark's jetpack, just so your penis doesn't scrape across the floor, causing erosion of your genital glands. So, the thing I'm trying to say is they're going to come out with, it's going to come out in September, October, November. It's going to be right there with the Call of Duties. It's going to be right there with all the other things. So, it's not going to come out in, like, February or something like that. You know, you could make the argument maybe Elden Ring came out in February. February. But again, Elden Ring, or before Elden Ring, the Soul series were always a niche type of thing. Also, if you want to see an Elden Ring video, go check out my second channel, link down below in the pinned comment. But again, I'm rambling again. The point I'm trying to make is it's going to come out in November. So if they come and make the announcement in, you know, February, and then maybe come out with an early access trailer in sometime like March or April, and you might be thinking that's a little too soon, and you might be right. Of course, maybe I'm just huffing off that copium like I was a crack addict in the middle of whatever neighborhood the CIA and Ronald Reagan decided to bestow upon that fateful day. But again, that's a joke. Don't fucking kill me in the comments. I know who you guys be. But seriously, right? The other thing, the really biggest thing in my opinion on why Firaxis is probably coming out with Civ 7 is we haven't had an actual update to the game in so damn long. I know what you're saying. TheCivLifeR, you must be smoking the smokiest of kush. It must be nothing but the fucking, you must be spiked with melatonin or some shit. We're literally in an update right now. But the thing is, so far it's been a Playboy Cardi album, right? It's been a whole lot of mid, all right? Think about all the civs we've had. Think about how disgusting the new Frontier Pass, my goodness, my rectum still hasn't recovered from the first time I had Hammurabi in my game. Just getting barbarian line infantry in the first 5 turns. It's like you're suckling your thumb and like the Spartans say, all right, you're gonna go out and you're gonna fight that bear or we're going to fucking throw you in the wild. That's exactly what it felt like fighting Hammurabi and having those motherfuckers come out of nowhere. But the point I'm trying to make right now is that, again, if you look at it, right, you know, let's look at this for example, right? Let's go Qin Unifier, Qin Shi Huang, right? The new one. What abilities did he get? All right, maybe I'm talking out of my ass. Melee units receive the Convert Barbarians action. This action converts barbarian units into your units, but it removes the melee units. So you get a barbarian units. I'm going to give him the benefit in the doubt and say it's kind of like Boudica, we're all surrounding units, but you lose your unit. So again, that's not very that good, and that's not even that creative, honestly. I mean, I probably could have done that. Not only that, but I also remember that even someone like Cleopatra, right? Like, I know I came out with the clickbait thumbnail last time, like, oh, Cleopatra is just the best civ in the entire game. Incredible, disgusting. She stole my kids, ran over cousin with my train, and used her unique ability to do unspeakable things to my pet gnome. And, again, she didn't do that, all right? Spoiler alert. She isn't that good of a civ, and neither are the other civs. And you might be thinking that civ isn't trying to power creep anymore. They learned their lesson from Hammurabi, and good lord, don't even get me talking about Basil II. What he did to the Bulgarians in real life is what he did to us in real life. Like, god damn it, he doesn't need a battering ram. His horse is the damn battering ram. My goodness. Nothing short of an absolute disgusting unique ability, and you're trying to tell me that they decided to tone it down. Now, when it comes to AAA company, they want to make money, all right? Sid Meier, Firaxis, all the devs, they're trying to make the band, they're trying to make their dough, just like I'm trying to do on YouTube. Let's not lie about it. Would I do YouTube as religiously? I mean, I just did go on a 3-month hiatus, so probably I'd still make videos, but still, there is a, I guess, bonus, I suppose, for just making videos, if that does make any sense. I'm going to try to trade for another settler that I desperately need. Like, my point I'm trying to make is they're trying to make money, right? How do you get people to buy a new Frontier Pass, for example? This guy's got provision. I'll get the settler, go out and try to get the Petra City. And that is to make leaders absolutely strong and disgusting. Well, they didn't just do that, but if you own all the passes up to this point, you get this, I guess, leader pass for free. There were some problems at the start of it. How long has this video been? I've been rambling about this for 9 fucking minutes. My goodness. I think I was trying to get a check from Comrade Susan, or excuse me, the Grand Secretary. I don't even know what the fuck his name is. All I know is he likes NFTs. Rip Comrade Susan, you will be missed. But in any case, what I'm trying to say is that I don't even know what I was trying to fucking say. Listen, my point is that they would have made super strong civs if they cared about this pass, and they would have made everyone buy it. If you bought all the passes up to this point, the new Frontier Pass, all the DLCs, you're going to buy the Leader Pass. It's just that simple. If you're that dedicated, you were going to buy the Leader Pass, so why sacrifice so much money just by, I guess, sitting, handing your fucking asshole, just trying to finger yourself, and just sacrificing so much money on the table, just leaving it on the table, because new players aren't going to buy it. Like, if you're going to buy something, I'd buy every DLC in the New Frontier Pass before the Leader Pass, alright? It has been nothing short of absolute mid, and I'm talking about capital M-I-D, so why would you do it? The thing is that they probably didn't really care about the Leader Pass. Let's be honest. Alright, excuse me. I still don't know why Jay Varman doesn't want to make peace with me. God damn it. I guess he can't find a way to get off the short bus for long enough in order to make peace with me. This is just ridiculous. Whatever the case might be, though, they're not trying to make money with this new Frontier Pass. They're not trying. They're really only doing this, number one, I guess maybe to give a send-off to the game, but probably more likely to give some new developers experience before working on Civilization 6. Just so you know, you get used to the mechanics, you get used to what a Civ game feels like, what it smells like, what it tastes like. You know, you're gonna go out on a deal with it like SpongeBob did to that sculpture before he recreated goddamn Michelangelo's masterpiece in that one episode. But my point is, they're probably doing it for practice, because again, I don't care how much they say. I don't even know what their slogan was for the new Frontier Pass. They were like sucking off the community or something. I completely forget their slogan. They're here to make their money, and they can make their money otherwise. I'm not here to try to disregard them, but they made like at best you could say it was a mid Leader Pass. I gotta get these trade routes out and running. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing right now. We'll go colonialism, but again, if they really did care about the Leader Pass, they would definitely do something, and I just realized I have to get 10 population for my unique ability. But yeah, I guess that's just kind of my point. I don't think they did that. I know they didn't do that Leader Pass for like, in order to get money, because they're probably not, if they did, they wouldn't have given it to everyone who already owned the DLCs, the people who would probably make the most money for free. And again, it's probably much more for experience, I'm assuming, and they don't release their games, and they just came out and they said it's in development, and for some reason it had, quite literally, might I add you, it quite literally had 7 exclamation marks. So I think the next game is going to be Civ 7. I'm fairly certain it's going to release October of 2023. You can book it. If I end up being completely wrong, you can go down in the comments and type in clickbait, motherfucker, TCLR, I thought you were better. I'm going to go fuck your bitch, or something like that. Good luck finding her. Whatever the case may be, I guess that's just my opinion on Civilization 7. And hell yeah, I'm smoking that copium. You realize how many views I'm going to get once Civilization comes out of fucking nowhere? I'm not gonna try to hide it, bro. I'm gonna be doing the damn Harlem shaking shit the second it gets announced. You best believe I'm pumping out 6, 7 videos the first day Civ 6 come out. So, probably not before then. I probably won't get like an early access copy, just because, you know, I do got a little bit of a potty mouth, you know. Every second word of me comes out is shit, fuck, ass, bitch, tits. I'm probably, if you're a 5-year-old watching this, I completely apologize. You are going to, well, I guess you're going to learn those words anyway, but if you learned your humor from me, just at that point, you just got to delete your mind. Just go to the Matrix or something. Re-enter the Matrix, as Andrew Tate would say. Let's go ahead and get that science by going to Demadia, since we do have a science line. We're going to keep getting out these workshops. Again, we're just slowly but surely going to increase our scientific output. And again, 10 science. It's going to give us 10 population and 10 culture in each city. Yongle's probably the one Civ who came out with a really good ability, but then you also have to take into the fact that the Crouching Tiger is best used as a dildo to get your anal cavity stimulated. Just considering how weak the shots fire out, it's probably not harmful to anybody. Dynastic Cycle, again, I just completely forgot I could use it to build wonders. Wow, I get a free random Eureka and Inspiration, and then the Great Wall isn't bad, but again, if you're not going on a full culture game, it really isn't the best thing in the entire world. But again, his unique ability is really good, so I'm not going to like blame him or anything. And we're getting lots of great merchants thanks to all our marketplaces, meaning we will be able to get a lot of stuff. I know I am very eloquent when it comes to my vocabulary. Whatever the case may be, I might as well build a Temple of Artemis for 5 turns for the free Eureka anyways, because I think I could probably extremely easily get a Golden Age, especially if I could get 10 population everywhere. We will make allies with all... Okay, that's a stupid idea. I completely forgot their leader ability was even more mid than this Frontier Pass. I'm not saying this pass is awful or anything. Like, I'm not saying it's like... It's worth it. Like, even 20 bucks, I think... Wait till the pass comes out and see if you like the leaders and then buy it. But I think, considering the other leaders that are coming out, the Sahara ones weren't too bad. Yongle is extremely strong. There's a Caravel coming out of nowhere ready to just give me that 1-2 melatonin to the dome. But, yeah, I think it's worth the money they're giving out, if that makes any sense. Like, it's not a ripoff or anything like that, or anything crazy like that. I think Civ 6 for the most part, as long as it isn't the base game prices their DLCs very well. Because let's be honest, right? Civ 7 is going to come out and it's going to be dog shit compared to Civ 6 because it was the same exact thing for Civ 6 when Civilization. Like, go ahead and watch the first Civ 6 video ever. It is just so goddamn like, I did not even buy Civ 6 until Gathering Storm came out. I'm not even goddamn joking. Like, I was a Civ 5. I didn't even play Civ 5 for that much. I was really just addicted with League of Legends and the no-bitch lifestyle. But, yeah, some might say I'm still living that lifestyle to this day, and you wouldn't be wrong. But, again, at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that Civ 7 is going to come out. Don't expect anything crazy from it. Civ 6 is still going to be the far superior option, especially considering that Civ 7 is going to come out probably $60, even, and then they're going to release it on console for like $80, and then they're not going to update console for like, they're probably going to, they're probably going to release that Civ 7 on console without even finishing Civ 6 on console. Like, I'm not even trying to joke or anything. I promise you that is exactly what is going to happen, and everyone knows it at this point. Let's be completely honest here, but yeah, it's not going to be worth it. I'm going to buy it, of course, because it's going to be just free views, like I said, but again, I'll play all the Civs for sure, maybe do some challenge videos, but I don't think I'll really stop playing Civ 6 on this channel until, I don't know, when it gets to the point where it's objectively better than Civ 6, because there are still some people out there who say, no, even with all the DLC, Civ 5 is so much better than Civ 6. You settle a city and it's as if you just came out and said you were a communist in the United States of America. You're immediately getting lynched with -30 happiness, and God forbid you decide you want to give your people a little freedom and democracy. If one person who's leading in culture goes fascism or something, or communism, your people start looking at you like, well, you know, democracy could be nice and all. I mean, I do want to get absolutely just butt assaulted by and I mean spank, I don't mean the R word, calm down people, by my leaders, and don't want free speech or anything, which is just crazy in my opinion. As Saladin, I'm allied with him. That's absolutely fantastic. In fact, I'm going to get him to join the war against JF Army because I'm sick of this fucking, like, I'm so sick of this absolute fucking shithead, my goodness. His wine plugs for earrings are definitely stopping him from, making any sensible trade routes. I've been at war for him for like a what? What do you mean you're not going to declare war? You've denounced him, you absolute ape! I can say that because I'm Arab and Saladin isn't black. Spoiler alert, but, again, why the hell is it? It's been called LOC Leader. I just realized it was the same thing last video as well. No, I'm not saying black people are apes because people will say that. It's just people will think that's what I said, which is just kind of a stupid idea. I love black people, all right? I don't even know what I'm trying to say at this point. I'm just continuing to dig my hole as worse as possible. Everyone's welcome on this channel, alright? If you goddamn decide, like, if you're a transgender, gay, fucking far-right Nazi at this point, I don't even give a shit, bro. Just, you know, I genuinely don't care about politics, I guess, too much. I mean, I definitely have political views, of course. Someone saying, oh, I don't have political, like, just shut up, you're fucking lying. Alright, if I came out tomorrow and I said, like, fucking, I don't even know. I'm gonna get in trouble if I say something right here. My goodness, my channel's already hanging on by a thread, all things considered. But if I say some, like, absolute whack shit, like, yeah, you know, maybe Hitler had a point when it comes to some of his, like, your opinion is probably that he probably wasn't that good of a guy. He probably wasn't a very nice individual, if that makes any sense. I don't know. I've been rambling for so long. It's been goddamn 18 minutes. I mean, let me know if you guys like me rambling about life while playing in the background or something. If you just want me to talk about the game. I feel like me talking about the actions I'm playing is just kind of stupid. I mean, I could definitely play the game and easily win on deity. Humble brag, I know. I don't really have to, like, focus on it. And again, you don't need me to tell you I'm building an intelligence agency in the next turn. Of course, something like I want to get 10 population in every city is something I'm definitely going to, like, say because just give you guys my overall strategy and then maybe talk about life and shit, you know? It's 5 a.m. right now. You might be wondering why I haven't slept, and the reason for that is simple, because I have a test tomorrow. Now, that test is going to be a fairly hard test. It's going to be, I'm not even going to lie, it's going to be extremely difficult at this point. It's just, oof, it even gives me tingles talking about it. And I've been studying, and I'm like, man, you know what, fuck this shit. I'm going to go make a new Civ video. But yeah, it's pretty much what I've been doing, I guess. I mean, it's not the hard, like, I'll probably pass. It's just, like, the difference between, like, what you'd get in high school and what you get in college is just absurd. Like, in high school, if I get, like, an 80 or something, like, well, I guess not in Canada, I guess. For you guys who don't know, I went to, like, I did grades 9 and 10, which is freshman and sophomore year in Canada. And then I did my 11th and 12th grade in America. Again, it's night and day when it, like, holy goddamn, I'm actually about to blow both your minds. So, you guys, I'm sure Americans know all about AP classes, right? AP classes, for the most part, what separates them a lot is that they have these AP questions. For those of you who don't know, most tests in America, in the United States of America, are multiple choice, all of them in fact, right? Unless you're taking an actual AP class, they're all, every single question, including mathematics, by the way. I'm talking math. All right, you're gonna do multiple choice in math. Like, you could just Christmas tree that shit and you could still probably pass and still have no idea what a fraction is, honestly. Like, I'm not joking when I say every single test, at least I did, was math, of course, right? In Canada, bro, like, I think it also might be because in Canada I lived in an absolute dog shit neighborhood. Like, all my teachers, like, one of my teachers got suspended for fucking a student. She was 15, she was a freshman, I'm not even joking. And then in middle school, one of my middle school teachers, it was one of my sisters, she told me, like, she came home one day and she said the French teacher, who everybody hated, I'm talking everybody goddamn hated that French teacher, right? Everyone hated her. She came out and, like, there was this really skinny Indian kid, right? I'm talking spaghetti noodles for arm. It was middle school. I swear to God, Kamai, I'm going to sleep with your mother, you absolute son of a... Just make peace with me, you sack of shit. I don't know what he's trying to do. What are you trying to prove? Come on. All right, we get it. Your absolute dad bod is glorious. I don't know what you want me to say at this point, but... Anyways, excuse me for that tangent. I'm just pissed off because it's happened multiple times now. A bug where I can't make peace with anyone because the AI is just deciding to go to Valhalla or something, like they've just watched goddamn Vinland Saga or some fucking shit. But, again, there was this really spaghetti noodle arms Indian guy, right? And he, you know, he probably just went through a growth spurt. He was probably skinny before, and I was, like, extremely goddamn skinny. Now, this is important, okay? This is important. And then, like, I don't know, she hated him or something. I don't exactly know the entire extended lore, the universe of that French class after I left, but I'm gonna get that food because I need that 10 population. But, again, I think he bumped into her or something is what my sister said, and she turned around. I swear to God, I thought he pillaged my trade route, my bad. She turned around and she just shoved him. She just, like, this is Sparta, and threw him into a locker. And this dude was not 100 pounds. Like, I've seen the kid, like, I know who the kid is, probably, I say probably because I have the picture of him in my head, but it might be because me, like, coming up with a schizophrenic scenario or something. But this kid was skinny as hell. This is Sparta. She threw him into the wall. The man went flying like a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers character. That's the type of acting he was going for. And, yeah, she got fired, of course. I mean, that was a little too far. I mean, she was a dog shit teacher in general. Like, I don't care if she comes at me and makes a YouTube video saying I just said, like, the N-word back in, like, the 7th grade. I'm sure we all did, but, again, she was like an absolute dog shit teacher. She never really did anything bad to me. She was just an awful friend. She hated her job. It was so obvious. Like, my point is, the story I'm about to tell, I have been going on so many tangents. I would not be surprised if you guys unsubscribed and just left the channel right now. My goodness. But the entire thing is the difference between schools in Canada and America, right? So in Canada, instead of multiple choice, there's Scotland. I completely forgot to talk about him. It's like maybe 2 multiple choice questions, 2, I guess, fill in the blanks questions, and then 4 matching questions. You might be like, all right, it sounds easier than America. And then get ready to weep. There is, I guess, 12 to 13 written questions, right? And for math, of course, it would be like 1A, 1B, 1C, and there'd be like 12 of those questions. And we'd always have block periods, so we'd always have like 2 hours to finish the tests. But I have 2 classes I remember in Canada, chemistry and math. What my math teacher did, his grading was absolutely mental. Okay, it didn't, like, I passed that class. I passed it with, like, a 75, which is, like, equivalent to, like, an 85 in the States. It was, like, a B. It wasn't too bad. What this guy did is he had, like, 12 questions, right? He had 2 multiple choice, 2 match, that stuff, 4 written, and then he'd have 4 what he would call extended questions. Now, what are extended questions, you might add? Extended questions are essentially questions where we didn't learn about whatsoever. Like, oh my God, this night is just pissing me off right now. I just want to commit some sort of no-no side. But, I'm gonna have to trade some money right now. But, what was I even saying right now? Yeah, so we'd have extended question, and we wouldn't cover them at all. They'd be like 12th grade questions in a 10th grade class, and they'd be like about the same unit we're talking about, but if we're learning about triangles and like we'd be learning about like advanced triangles we didn't even cover in class. And his entire excuse was, if you want an A in my class, you have to use my brain. Now, take in, as I'm completely dominating him, by the way, I can't wait till I get it. Oh, I didn't get a golden age, I completely forgot about that. Like, take in, you could have, like, of the 12 questions, you could get 3 of them right. 3 of them right? But as long as he saw, like, you knew, I guess, quote-unquote, he saw what you were trying to do, like, you got the right formula, maybe you missed a question, maybe you did whatever, like, he'd still give you a B, even if you got literally none of the questions right, but you got, like, the right formula, like, the right idea, he'd give you a B. And, you know, that's good, right, if you just want a B. But the thing is, right, you know, that's back when I cared about what college I went to, and I wanted an A. Right, and so all, like, the people who had money, like the rich kids in the school, they literally went to Kumon, right? Kumon, I don't know if I think they have it in the States, actually, but it's literally like a tutoring service, if that makes sense. So they had a tutoring service in Kumon. Excuse me, they had a tutoring service and they'd go and they'd get like advanced math classes, and like I couldn't do that, so that's a little unfortunate for me. Again, I still got a B in the class, but I know there were multiple tests where I got like I got everything right, and I got like the extended questions. I just got like they were shit you could not do, like I promise you. And that's not even getting to the chemistry teacher. I took an 11th grade chemistry course in my 10th grade class. Looking back at it, it wasn't that hard. It was long though. The problem is my teacher, and I shit you not, we would start classes with the test about 20 minutes late. And you would have to spend like 20 minutes extra in lunch just to finish the test. And you might be like, well, TheCivLifeR, they're taking away your freedoms, your lunch. That has to be some sort of Geneva violation, or at the very least some sort of Canadian socialist law antagonism or whatever. I'm not really too familiar with Canadian law or anything. American law is like 100 times more fun. But again, the problem was she would literally throw a packet. And I'm talking about a goddamn syllabus to like AP Physics 50 or something. Like, you're trying to actually make the wormhole that'll let you go back in time. And it would be so damn long, and the problem was you had no time to think. I have PTSD thinking about that class. Okay, I have PTSD. To this day, I cry. I'm crying right now thinking about that class. You would go in, and you would be like, she put my seat in the back of the class, so I'd always be one of the last people. You did it, and you didn't even think, all right? Whatever you wrote down on the paper, that is exactly what you goddamn got. God damn it, I probably wrote the N-word or something at one point on the paper. That's how terrified I was feeling. It was absolutely awful. I don't even have iron. No wonder I'm getting absolutely blasted. Give me iron, you absolute sack of shit. I'm talking about my past trauma. And so she would like, where was I? Yeah, and so like she gives me the paper, and you wouldn't think, you'd be writing like whatever, random bullshit, go, that type of meme. And again, I did end up getting a B in that class because again, it wasn't really too hard for me. Like I understood it. Like I don't like chemistry and math for something, but I'm so good at it. I'm not trying to flex or anything. Like I guess not with that like math story out of the way, but like I really am like not really that. They're easy subjects for me. I don't enjoy them, but they're like really easy for me. If that makes any sense, I guess. If that sounds like a humble flex, it's really not what I'm trying to do or anything. What I'm trying to do is just tell you guys, like, I still did well in that class. As we get the mausoleum, this actually might be really good with this natural wonder. But, yeah, I guess that was pretty much, and those were the class, and then in America you go, I went in the 11th grade, and I almost cried my first test. I still remember it like I was yesterday. I was sitting in front of the class, just in case there was any, you know, buffoonerism coming about or anything, and he was like, because I thought it would be the same thing as in Canada, and it was all literally fill in the blanks. He never did dates. He had a policy, he would never do dates. Dates about historical events, and it would always be the simplest shit. It would literally, who was the US president during the Civil War? I shit you not, that was the type of question we were getting. And the first time I got that, I sat and wept. It was like so easy, and I'm like, okay, this is probably US history, it's probably like an extremely easy class and whatnot, yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then I go to math, it's multiple choice. I look at her and I'm like, what? Multiple what? I was just flabbergasted, zoomer knuckle. Come depositoritide. I'm just making words up at this point. I ended up with like a 4.0, and I had like a 3.2 in Canada. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't even know what the hell tangent I was going on right now, but Again, when it comes to school, like, everyone had a 4.0, and like I ended up high school with like a 3.6 or something. I'm really not too sure. And you know, I don't know how good that is in most school, but I was in like the bottom 20% of my class because I had like a 3.2 coming in from Canada. And again, I did also have a thing, like it wasn't like I probably could have gotten a 5.0. So let me tell you guys another fucking. So there's probably another tangent, but let me tell you guys another story. Let me see how long this has been. 29 minutes. My goodness, you guys are gonna hear me talk a lot today. So I remember, like, it was high school, right? I've never been to an AP class before, right? So I decided to myself, you know, I'm going to take the 3 AP classes. I'm going to look good on my resume. I'm going to get a 5.0. I'm going to get good on the AP exam. I'm going to get good on the SATs. I'm going to apply to, like, a goddamn Toronto University or, like, Queen's University, because you got me fucked up thinking I'm paying those international fees in the U.S. And, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, you know, I'm going to do those. I'm going to dominate. I'm going to do so well, because this was in senior year, by the way. This is, like, after I figured out how absolutely brain dead the American curriculum was, and it is absolutely nothing short of brain dead. So I'm thinking to myself, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take AP Physics 1, AP Chemistry, and then AP Biology, right? And so the previous year in the 11th grade, I had an old counselor, right? Like, there were differences, like, from Canada to America. Like, some credits didn't transfer. Like, in Canada, you didn't have to take, like, chemistry, bio, and physics. You just took one class, just called science, in the 10th grade, and that was all you had to take. But in America, you had to take science, chem, and physics, and they, like, transferred my science credit from Canada to just a chemistry credit. Right, a literal chemistry credit, so I had to take the other two, and I went to talk to him. You know, we talked about it, we had some good vibes, and I told him, like, no, I actually did everything science, or everything in science, you know, bio, chemistry, and physics was included in the science class. So he's like, all right, you don't have to take those classes, right? He'll do some things for me. He'll still pass me anyway. He said I don't have to do any of those classes. I'm like, all right, cool. So I had a normal schedule, about 7 classes in the 9th grade. I didn't have to take any extra classes, or I really didn't have to take any replacement classes, because he said most of my credits would transfer over. Now, there was another counselor. She was really nice. I don't want to disrespect. She was an incredible counselor. I don't want to say her name or anything, nor in the school. I guess if you know who I am, she was a great counselor. But she was a new counselor for our year. And she came and she said, yeah, no, you're going to fucking take these classes. Because I understand why she did it. Again, she kind of had to at that point. Like, there was really nothing she could do at that point. And again, she said, you have to if you want to graduate. And I'm like, oh, fuck, all right. And this is after I took AP Chem, AP Bio, and AP Physics, right? And so during that meeting, she was like, all right, we're going to get your schedule panned out. We're going to give you everything, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, all right, you're going to have to take some classes online, because all the classes I missed were like, I had to take, I had to take a biology class. I had to take a, I guess, chemistry class, or a physics class, excuse me. And I had to take a health class, and like I had to take like 3 classes. I had like 10 classes in like each semester. It was genuinely insane. And then what she, I guess, did was, what she said, it's lit a fire under me. I'm not even joking. What she said was, all right, we're going to move you from AP Chemistry to Chemistry, AP Bio to Bio, or we're going to remove chemistry, because it's like the science turned into a chemistry credit. You're going to take on-level physics. No, I already took physics the year before. Whatever the case may be, she was like, you're going to remove the AP classes. And I'm like, I really wanted those classes. So I'm like, why? You know, I think they can be fun, right? And she looked me in the face and she said, you're not smart enough to do those classes. Like, it was probably a slip of the tongue. I might have even misheard. Again, I'm going to say this as much as I can. She was an absolutely fantastic counselor. I have absolutely nothing against her. She was absolutely incredible. And, yeah, she said those things. I'm like, hell no, we're taking those classes. I said that. I'm like, no. Okay, I got you. All right, I'm gonna take those classes. So here I am, senior year of high school. Everyone was taking like 4 classes and getting half the day off. I'm taking 10 classes, 2 online. 2 of them are what the school had the literal hardest classes, like AP Chemistry and AP Bio. People were saying they were the hardest classes in the entire goddamn, like, the entire school, right? And the counselor was looking at me like, you must be missing at least 22 chromosomes, bare minimum. I completely forgot I didn't even have Pingala, god damn it. I'm probably going to lose this game because I'm not even focusing right now. I'll get the Apadana here in Beijing. But, again, she was looking at me like I'm crazy. No, she's like, all right, let me cook, all right? Let me cook. Let Chef TheCivLifeR cook in the basket. And she's like, all right. She's like, your funeral. She looked at me and said, hey, I'll see you back here next year for your 5th year senior. She's like looking at me like that. Now, listen, those classes, bro, I promise you, my AP teachers despised me, all right? My AP teachers absolutely hated me because I was going to go for the 5.0. I didn't even take the AP exams, right? At this point, it was sending a message. I did not take the AP exams. Instead, I was literally just trying to scramble and stay above. I got an 80 in those classes, which I think is equivalent to a B. It's a B in these. So I got a B in those AP classes, which since it's an AP class, it's technically a 4.0, because like if you get an A in an AP class, it's a 5.0. That's how you see it. You have people literally having like 5.0s in high school and shit, as I am going to go for the science technologies. And again, that's pretty much what I did. And the teachers hated me because I would not pay attention in class. I would not I wouldn't even study. Like a lot of that, again, it sounds like I'm humble bragging, but I'm not. I literally struggled in those classes. I was studying like 20 minutes before the test just to get shit down. And my teachers were looking at it like I was never paying attention. I was on my phone because, god damn it, I needed a break. And then the other thing is I had to take another French credit because I had to take 2 foreign language in the States and then 1 foreign, I'll say yes to this, and then only had to take 1 in Canada. So I was taking quite literally with toddlers, okay? I was a senior and I was doing it with freshmen and sophomore. I was taking French too because a lot of people did like their first credit during, I suppose, during their like middle school years. So I was with these guys, and the teacher, again, she wasn't a bad teacher. All things considered, she was a really good teacher, right? But she would treat you like a damn child, okay? Like I've never seen anyone treat anyone like a child like she did to like the class. She'd call them bonbons, right? She would give you bonbons whenever you got a question. I'm not gonna sit here like I was like, bonbon. Am I right, boys? Who wants a? No, I took those bonbons, all right? I took those motherfucking bonbons. She offered me a bonbon for getting a. I got those bonbons. I was always, you know, in ear out because she'd be the one teacher who stopped you from being on your phone. Like all the other teachers would like stare at you and discuss. She would actively stop you, which I guess is 100% what teachers should have done. But again, it seemed like nobody cared in the States. Again, it was a rich neighborhood. I personally wasn't rich, but it was like, instead of like middle class and lower class like in Canada, it was like super high class. Like their dads could literally buy me and sell me as a slave in like the Central African Republic or something. Probably Libya more than anything, considering the dog shit that's going on over there. And yeah, and then there'd be like fucking upper middle class, I guess I would say. I wasn't like too rich or anything. Like we weren't going on like fucking. There was this one guy who was literally going on 5 vacations a year. Whatever the case may be, my point was my friend. If you skipped, you would get written up. Like I literally got suspended like 3 times because I just decided not to show up to French. I'd show up to like the earlier classes, but I'd not show up, and she'd like look at you, enter the database to see if you like skipped her class, and like I did. All right, I skipped a couple classes. They gave me Friday night school, which you have to come Friday night. It's disgusting. And then they tried to give it to me again, but I go to the counselor. I'm like, what if I just don't come to Friday night school? And he's like, well, you're gonna get suspended. Like, all right, just give me the I am not sacrificing my Friday night with my pack schedule. You can give me the suspension, because in a suspension you'd be in school and the teachers would give you all the work, and you could just imagine the faces on all the teachers who despised me, because it is an AP class. People are actually like trying their absolute hardest to like study, I suppose. And here am I, and I'm like on my phone 90% of the time. I'm either studying for a test in the next class or I'm finishing work for a next class. But again, the teachers for the most part didn't care. They were here to teach and they didn't care what you did. And again, they come in, they see me suspended like twice, bringing in my work to do. And like they were trying to be, like my bio teacher was fantastic. He's probably the best teacher I ever had in my life. He just gave you so much, like, you could not fail his class. He gave you anything. He had a YouTube channel, right? The fucker had a YouTube channel. Just because some of his students said they wanted like hearing learners, or like there are different types of learners, visual and shit. He made a damn YouTube channel for that. That is nothing but the absolute respect. That's an average TheCivLifeR subscriber, by the way. Like and subscribe, of course, but it was great, but I knew he absolutely despised me. He probably didn't like go to sleep every night thinking, Dinkelberg or something like from the Fairly Odd Parents or something crazy like that. But he definitely really didn't like me too much. I cannot believe Ver Valley's still available, my goodness. But again, at the end of the day, I still ended up with like technically A's in all my classes. I got A's everywhere. And let me tell you about French, right? Here's another story about the goddamn the French, all right? I know what you guys are saying, disgusting, sacre bleu. But the thing was, the French 2 class, like in Canada, you take French from kindergarten. I was taking French from the 1st grade, right? And so what they were doing, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or anything, but what they were doing in the high school, because it was only their second French class, we were doing in literally like the 4th or 5th grade. It's because you had to take French. It was like multilingual, and the Quebecois would like revolt or some shit if we didn't. It's like the entire country had to take French because French people are insecure in Canada, or some goddamn shit like that. I'll smoke any Frenchman in Canada. It's on site, bro. We're all... Oh, thank God, I thought he declared war on me while I wasn't paying attention, because I have no military, but I still got archers. Like, the thing was, again, I would be doing my work in other classes, and she would always call me out every single time, and she'd be like, stop doing your work. And I'm like, you can suspend me if I want to. Like, I need to get this shit done. Like, I told her, like, my story and whatever, and I told her if I could take a placement test. She's like, sure, you can take a placement test. They take the placement test in December. If I took the placement test and I passed, I wouldn't have to take French. So considering my packed schedule, that, you know, completely my fault. I'm not trying to blame her for anything. Again, she was not a bad teacher whatsoever. She was like probably one of the better teachers maybe in like the entire. I didn't like how she treated us like children. Again, that was just her way, I guess, but I kind of just rubbed me the wrong way, I guess. Although I did enjoy those bonbons, absolutely. But again, she, like, middle of the year, I had like an 81 and 82 because I'd never do the assignments. The assignments would be like crossword puzzles to help you learn games. Because again, I think I know now talking about it why she probably treated like the class like we were like middle schoolers or elementary schoolers. So they got fucking. Oh, I completely forgot about this. This is not going to be good. This is not going to be good for me. Oh my goodness, that was not very good. My goodness, J. Varman. All right, J. Varman, I am going to give you a fuck ton of money to go away. Please just go away. Why do you not want to make peace, you absolute scum? I don't even know what he wants. I kind of have to at this point. I'm not going to lie. Fuck it, I'll do it. I'll try to put this on hard mode. I was talking too much. I got too much money anyway. It doesn't even matter. I'm Mensa Musa in this bitch. But again, so I had like an 82 in French because I wasn't doing anything. Or she'll say it too. And then during she said something that wasn't too bad, but it again lit a fire under me as I'm now #1 in science. Absolutely. She said when I had an 81, it was like the midterm. I had to take the midterm test or whatever. And she said I had like an 81 or something. She's like, you're not as smart in French as you think you are. Which again, I don't blame her considering like I studied French for like 8 years and I was still getting like an 81 in her like easy mode class, like goddamn Twitch streamer with like the literal tits out. I'm not even talking about booby streamers. I'm talking about the nipples out lactating type of porn streamer easy mode. But again, she probably thought like I wasn't as good at French as I thought I was. And I said, hey, all right, let me cook. Okay, what they did in that class, something else that makes like, let's look at the Petra. I didn't even talk about that. Something else that absolutely makes the American education system so much easier, in my opinion, is just the fact that if you got an A, like a 90 in most, if you got a 90, you could skip the test. You could skip the final. Like if you had a 90 in a class, you would literally, they'd hand you a letter and you would be able to skip the final. I never took a final aside from my AP classes, and I think a physics class. I might have been lying about the 4.0 in 11th grade. I think I definitely took the physics final. I think I had like an 86 in like regular physics. So I don't know, maybe I'm just an idiot when it comes to physics, whatever the case might be. So I needed a 90. First semester I got like an 81, 82. Second semester I had to reach deep into my bag. I had to go I had to go LeBron against the Celtics in 2011 when he just stared at them like they were barbecue chicken, that type of shit. And so that's what I did. Throughout the entire year, the rest of the year, second semester, I ended up with like a 98, like I was actually doing my classes. Shocking, I know. If you do your work, you'll actually pass. But I was just absolutely dominant. Listen, right now I couldn't tell you a single word in French. Bonjour, je m'appelle, fucking TheCivLifeR, comment ça va? J'habitais, fucking l'Ottawa, I don't even have to say fucking Ottawa. Oh, I guess I doxed myself a little bit. That's kind of unfortunate. If anyone sends the Gestapo after me, or the SWAT team, I suppose, well, fuck you, bitch. But whatever the case may be, again, I dominated. I absolutely did. And it felt so good when she was handing out those letters at the end of the year. And then the letter I got was literally like, she said fucking my name. I'm not gonna dox myself that fucking hard. She literally said my name, and I was just smiling ear to ear. I wasn't like, haha, I got you. I don't even know what that's smirking or anything. But I was literally so happy because goddamn, the entire class gets to see I'm Himothy. All right, my name is Himothy. It's him. Okay, and yeah, it felt good. Again, American education system's absolute dog shit. It's just light work. I don't know if it's different in other classes, other places, because again, these guys are all like rich, so I wouldn't be surprised if like they wanted to like keep their funding, I suppose, by being an elite school, because there were a lot of schools around us, and I'm sure if you have like the money to do it, you'd literally buy a chauffeur to like take your kids to a school that's a little farther away, if it meant a better education for your kids. That's what any parent would be doing if they could. And so again, they probably had like an incentive to give high grades so they could get into college. Let's be honest, let's say how it is, okay? 90% of like Harvard and like Stanford, their legacy, from what I've read at least, their legacy, I guess, acceptances or whatever. I would never be smart enough for something like Harvard. I'm not like trying to like, I never applied to goddamn Harvard again. I'm not trying to sell off my organs just to pay for like one class or anything. But again, from what I've seen, it seems legacy higher. So again, these guys are rich people. They were probably trying to pay their way into college, like that one girl who was like really famous on the news did to her kids. But whatever the case may be, excuse me, so we're definitely going to get a golden age now, my goodness. But whatever the case may be, maybe it's harder in other classes, but that's just like my experience with like the American education system for the most part. But yeah, it's pretty much all the stories I have from my time when I was a high schooler. I would talk about some college stories right now, but I gotta save some masterful bait, as I like to call it. I'll save some master bait for the future, just to get you guys to like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Call me a goddamn terrorist if you want. Just go like fucking, well, probably not actually. Probably, like, I'd be fine with it. Like, you're gonna go down the comments and say, look at this, he ran into the Twin Towers as an Arab. he must actually, like, it's not the first time you've practiced that maneuver, is it? Like, I personally don't care. I just know, like, Susan's gonna, not Susan, I just got too caught up in that. They're gonna care, so they're just gonna come out and say, like, they're probably gonna get this video, like, on a blacklist or something, like swearing in the first 7 seconds of a video right now, literally taking away my right to speak. By the time YouTube's done, there's gonna be like a safe list of words. If you say anything other than those words, you're getting demonetized, banished to the shadow realm, never to return. But yeah, I guess we'll save some college stories for the future. Ching Yuan. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with your verse listening post. I guess there's really not much else to do. But yeah, the game's pretty much over. Well, England's got a lot of science, I suppose. Let's see what she has. Egypt's about to win a culture victory. I didn't even pay attention to that. Okay, no, not even close. Never mind. Never mind. There's conservation. Civic-wise, we're going to go for urbanization. Urban. A lot of my TCLR subscribers on my second channel will know about it. Feel like The Walking Dead, the game, I mean. Go ahead, you're in for a treat. Just go to my second channel and go for like the first Walking Dead on Crack video. I'm not even trying to get you guys to like watch that. It's actually like a really well-made video. Like if you don't like it, again, just leave like after a minute. It'll completely kill the watch time and will do more harm for the channel than if you didn't watch it. Just if you really like the Walking Dead game, I would highly recommend checking it out. But again, that's up to you, I suppose. We do not have any coal. We have to buy coal. Buy all the luxuries we can, because god damn it, we need those amenities. We need coal, mon ami. There we go. I'll sacrifice the rest of my struggling economy for more coal. Here in Xinjiang, we'll get a campus, actually. That's long overdue. And again, let me know if you guys like these type of stories or if you guys want me to actually talk about the game. I'm good with either. It just feels like, I guess, it's me saying the same exact thing every game, right? It's going to be different, of course, and like I'm going to have different strategies, but I feel like I'm going to build a zoo in this city now. Wow, incredible! It's like that one meme where the black guy is looking at the screen in shock, and then I don't even know if you guys know that meme, but it's like, you're like, of course I'm going to build a fucking coal power plant. Like, I don't have to tell you guys. At least that's what I think about it. Whatever the case may be, again, let me know down below. I'm okay with either, and if you just decide, you know, maybe it's not your thing and you want to, like, talk about the games and shit like that, I did not get the Rare Valley in time. It's time to commit seppuku. Muscat's gonna come to me, though. It's not even close. 5 turns till the Industrial Era, and I'm in a Golden Age. Unless he gets a Golden Age, that'd be a problem. But whatever the case may be, game's pretty much looking like it's a wrap at this point. And I completely forgot this title is going to be something like, I know when Civilization 7's coming out, so god damn it, you gotta love that clickbait over there now, don't you? Here now we'll go to Apu. And then we'll go back to lock_leader Nubia scenario, Libyans name Arabian Empire. Let's get another research alliance with Salah ad-Din. There we are. I fucking proved I'm Arab for the 5 people who didn't believe me. Give you some luxuries. There we go. Just hemorrhage our economy even more. 2-for-1 trade. That's exactly what I call the Sigma male grind set. Grind so hard you start losing damn money. But yeah. Again, I feel like I've played this game so much that I could probably just I don't even have to talk about it. I can talk about stories. I have a fuck ton of stories. Not even that, but I could, I guess, be like a sort of commentary channel. I don't know if that's what I want to do, actually. I feel like that's, we'll see, I guess. But if there's something to talk about, I'll talk about it if you guys want to, of course. But, again, let me know who neutralized my governor. I hope your mother gets pounded by someone who isn't your dad. I'll fucking do it if I have to. We got some oil coming in. We got some oil in the desert. We got some oil in the marsh, and then we got an offshore oil rig. You absolutely love to see it. Continue making trade routes. We're making like 500 science per turn. My goodness, it's disgusting. We have a large enough military right now, and then we are just blitzing through the tech tree. My goodness, I kind of want to stop the game right now, honestly. Like, I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind that I pretty much won the game right now. I could go for like even the food, faith. It doesn't even matter. I gotta go campus research grants. I didn't even try that unique ability. Again, everyone can actually no. You're gonna get a builder. And then we're going to buy you a sewer to get housing, and then might as well a water mill to get some extra production food, I guess. We gotta get 10 population. We'll get Antony Navarro. Ansham 6 on voice is fine as long as I'm not like at war with J.F. Armin or something crazy like, and he wants to be my friend now, yeah. After I literally handed you my entire economy with the financial preparation like the Greeks in the early 2000s, or late 2000s, I guess. Let's go ahead and university, I suppose. Let next turn, 143 out of 142. How long is it? 51 fucking minutes, my goodness. Let's hope the title is enough to keep people in, but whatever the case may be, pretty fun game overall. No way Saladin's actually building the research lab for me. That'd be absolutely hilarious. I'd absolutely love that. Let's see. Still rebelling in 3 turns because okay, well, he's in a golden age now. Never mind. We'll go Heartbeat of Steam. Campus Giving production is really good. But, again, rocketry coming in 2 turns. We'll build it in, like, Beijing and shit. Go fuck yourself. We're making some aluminum so we can build some of those space race projects. Muscat is about to finish that research lab. We'll go for Great Scientist, of course, because it's almost the end of the game. Actus Culture Bombs. The Culture Bomb's going to get to me. You're going to do that, and then we'll give the Diplo victory. I could actually take the Diplo victory points, I think. Not anymore. We'll give it to Cleopatra because she's just been vibing all game. She really hasn't done much. She's been just sitting on the sidelines, staying in her own lane, not minding anything. Cleopatra, Yongle, no points towards Great General. Somebody hates Hannibal or some shit. We'll get the recruit tourism. We stole nuclear fusion. There's nuclear fission. And I guess here we are still struggling with coal. I guess we'll go campus with research grants for like a single turn or something. You're going to move up there. You're going to get this guy. And then you're going to go again, campus research grants. And then over here, I guess you can promote to goddamn smear campaign and then come up to defend. We have more than enough techs. We're making so much more science in the population. Muscat is positive. That's exactly what I thought. Little unfortunate is what it is. If I got a golden age 2 ages ago instead of talking about my experiences, it probably would have been a little bit better at least. Again, really not much to do except just go ahead and spam spaceports everywhere. Let's keep going. You know what, actually? It's been 50 minutes. I really don't think anyone wins this game. 72 turns. Again, I just probably do the thing where I declare war on her and get everyone to join. Like, a lot of people are denouncing her at this point. You know what? I think I'm going to leave it there. If you guys want me to continue this video, we can. Although, in my humble opinion, the video's pretty much won at this point, I'd say. I don't think they're really... Because even if it is actually 76 turns till she wins, it's going to be way sooner than that until I'm probably winning by, like, turn 60. Again, like and subscribe if you do enjoy. Let me know down below if you like me talking about things other than Civ during the commentary, I suppose. And I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.